My people, welcome to today's episode of Trends, and it promises to be a very, very fun one. If you're yet to subscribe to Ambience TV, you're watching this on Ambience TV YouTube, click that subscribe button. And if you've subscribed, you've been watching, you can just, click on that notification bell and you get notified whenever we have good stuff for you like this. There's no going back once you've clicked that notification bell, no going back. Just like the song that has been stuck in my head, Ife. All weekend, and we're anticipating the release. Hey, I can never go back. Is already you have to be backing me up.
Yes,
sorry, that's the
I was busy
I
dancing.
Can never go back.
Oh no.
It's already too late.
No.
Where am I going to?
No.
What will I say happened?
No.
I mean, I feel like we should get a special feature on this song here at Trent. I already made a post. Before I went live, I did a story and I tagged Gaze Baba and I tagged, Pastor Lawrence Oyo.
Please,
and I really do hope they see this.
Do a close up.
And I really do hope they see this. That sound can never just leave your head. And I love how powerful Pastor Lawrence's sounds are. They are waking you. It brings you to a consciousness, and I love this one. Big shout out to Gaze Baba for always doing what he does best. The culture shaper himself, redefining narrative, the redefinition himself. If that's not part of the names that he goes by, I add that one to the list. Ife, how are you doing, and how was your weekend?
Oh, I'm doing okay, and my weekend was awesome actually.
What happened? Tell us now.
So, what made it interesting was I was able to, just talking about my personality. I'm someone that is kind of shy, scared of some certain things.
Let me tell you guys, right? Something happened. So on IG, and I think it's a good time to have our people follow us on IG.
Yes.
For those of us who have been long-term family members, we've had this ongoing issues with our Instagram, staying up. So we have a new page, is TV Redefined.
Yeah.
We're still, nurturing it. We're still
building
it up.
So
and we've handed it over to the Lord, and we've told Uncle Mark Zuckerberg to stay clear of that one. So you can follow TV Redefined. So we posted a snippet, right, on TV Redefined and collaborated with everybody on the show. And somebody commented that camera shy person. I had to send it to
my own person calling me out. But yeah, if you know me, I used to be, I'm not again. Glory. I used to be a camera shy person, but now I'm getting over that. So yesterday, this Sunday, I went on another level of getting over my fear. So I did something on TV, another aspect of it, and at least I didn't fumble.
Oh, that's so good.
So yeah, that's an achievement, and that's what made.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you.
Stepping out of your comfort zone.
Exactly.
That's so good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Thank you.
For me, this weekend was interesting. Was quite fun filled. I think on Saturday. So we have one of our youngest team member at Ambience TV. She does illustrations for us. So her mom texted us that she had 287 in her jam. Tiffany, big shout out to you. I love you. We love you. We're so proud of you. She's a bright young kid, and I'm so excited about her. It was the highlight of my weekend. When I saw her in church on Sunday, I was like, what do you want? I was just praying that she will not say something like iPad. Or she will not say she wants to change her Mac laptop.
That would be an awkward moment.
I would just say, are you sure that's what you want? I would have found a way to just make her say maybe dinner or lunch or something like that. But she has not even responded, But Tiffany will love you. And to everyone, sibling, you have a sibling, a younger one, or your child, your daughter, saw their JAMB result. For those of us who do not know, in Nigeria, JAMB is, what's the full meaning? Joint admission matriculation
something
board examination. It's in Nigeria here, and it's one of the exams that you have to write to get admission into the university. So the results came out over the weekend, and I'm glad that everyone who I have checked in with actually did well. Do you have anybody who
I don't really have anyone close to me that wrote the exam, but friend of a friend that I think his younger brother or something also have a good result.
Nice.
But on Instagram, I saw some people with
jam.
in fact,
do you have
jam.
a jam story?
Don't
we all have?
Oh, where do I start from?
Start from anywhere.
PJ, don't let me start.
I have a jam story too. You know, I wrote jam twice, but the first time I wrote jam, the way my result got to me was a very, very weird way. So my friend and I were to check together, but each time I was to check mine, maybe the network was not going or something. So I just gave her my details to please help me keep checking. So I think I didn't have a phone, maybe through my sister's number. So we both had our sisters were friends. So our elder sister was friends with my elder sister, and then we were younger sisters and we were friends too. So I just saw my sister said that why is Anu sending you this kind of message? I should check. And I said she was not encouraging me. You know, that life does not go the way you plan. I was like, what did I score? What did I really score? I want to know. And then, so when I later saw her in school that day, she was like, Jumi. I said, what was the score?
Why the encouragement?
She'll tell me, I should just calm down, that you know that there's pre-degree and jam is not the only way. I said, what's going on? What was the score? And I think she eventually told me it was 180 something and all. I didn't do well enough for somebody. The second one, I hit it. I can't even actually remember what I got in the second one. I should know I did well. I'm here today. Abi. That's
the end point.
That's the main thing. You know, we've moved on. But big shout out to everyone who did well. If you didn't do well, or you have a sibling or child, son or daughter who did not do well, please encourage them, right? There are other possibilities or other means that they could explore. There's pre-degree programs and some other programs too that they could take. It's not really the end of the world. I mean, the education system in Nigeria has not been the best in the world. We all know that. Can be better. We do hope that it gets better, right? However, please, and we know all our parents were first in class. We know that all our parents, every single parent that I know was the best in their class. They had on prize giving they always had best graduating students. But please temper mercy with understanding as you relate to your word or your children. If we have conversations this morning that I'm psyched and pumped about.
Honestly, I am also.
So we have a video that we'll be bringing up very shortly. It's one video we saw from the stables of Eric Gugwa. I just really love Eric's creativity.
Yeah. And his take on different issues. It's a breath of fresh air.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. It is. You know, it's always so exciting. How he communicates funny yet deep things, and you laugh, you take the lesson, you learn, and it's always exciting. So we have a video. Okay,
sorry to cut you off rather. So to say something on what you said on is the way he sees things being relatable. That's another thing I noticed about Pastor Lawrence Oyo.
Yeah,
that's what made his music kind of course there's the anointing part, there's the Spirit of God breathing upon it, but the way the words are simple in such a way that even a small child can sing it and relate to it and understand what they are saying. So I think that's a really good thing to
yes note. It is. And that's the thing about creativity. You can't, there's no one way to get something right.
Yeah,
you know, it has to just be by the breath of God. And once you're doing something by the breath of God, by the hand of God, you'd have to be flexible because there are different ways to communicate one thing. So we'll be cutting into that video and we'll be sharing our take on it. Believe the media is ready for us.
Oh my God, you guys look so good together. That's all it took to convince some of you to marry a shrine apprentice with 6 years experience in infidelity. You people are impressed by nonsense in this generation. Omo, I saw the way he looks at you. Do you know if it's for money ritual? Do you know? Let me tell you, if you don't take time, aesthetics and public opinion will be the end of your life. Some of you they even marry for hashtag. Your name is Breeze. Me, I'm testimony. Hashtag Breezeful testimony. By the time they are done with you, you will be lucky if you are still alive to give your testimony. Just to continue, don't mention no, don't do that here.
Fanta and chocolates, that kind of a thing.
Your children will be cute.
Your children will be so beautiful. You have cute kids. Another one is the hashtag thing that Eric mentioned. Ife, what are some of the reasons people get into relationships? The weird things you heard.
Weird things like, I just like the way he looks or his lips. I just like the way his lips looks.
Ife, is that your voice? Is that in your handwriting? No, we listen, we don't judge.
Okay, we listen, we don't judge.
We listen, we don't
it's
judge.
not the only reason, but it was a very strong reason. Like, he has, you know what?
Just say it.
So yeah, he has this beautiful. There's this kind of lips that I used to like. Not, I'm a child of God now. I'm saved, I'm redeemed. But then, because the first place I saw it was in this movie, Storm the Yard.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a dance movie.
Yeah. I remember Storm the Yard.
So the guy there, the dancing, I think Storm the Yard 1 or 2, I don't remember. One black dude like this. He had this kind of lips, like small at the top, and then there's a way it curves. What's going on here? This is no judge zone.
No judgment.
Exactly.
Yes, but you can be shocked. I have all rights to be surprised and shocked and astonished. I'm astonished.
So yeah, that was a strong reason, but it wasn't the only reason. But as in, like, physical attraction, that's number one.
Well, that thing about looks, you know, they always say men are moved by what they see, and some people have made decision, like life decision of marriage, off what they see. The attributes they cannot compromise, things that they cannot forfeit that their woman should have. Many people have done it.
Yeah.
Many people have done it. For me, some of the weird things I've heard people say they got married for, height.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's also physical attributes,
Yeah,
but some ladies are actually bent on he has to be taller than me thing. Why is that? You don't know. Yes, now.
Yeah. I can relate to that because PJ, I don't understand. Today is like I'm feeling the way I'm feeling the way Pastor Nakale felt last week. Like, I'm on the hot seat. But height is also a good thing. You know, oh God, I'm going to sound very unchristian like today.
You have been doing that all along the show.
But you know, if you want to kiss after marriage and all of that, like you want to be looking, exactly, you don't want to look down to kiss. But that's just my own perspective. Like, others don't care.
Did you hear this wise saying that to look up to your man doesn't have to be the same height as you?
But it also applies literally. Like, there's a kind of and then you can put your head on his chest.
It doesn't have to be as tall
when
as
he's
you.
Standing. How is that going to work?
Why are you putting your head on his chest when he's standing? I don't know, like he's consoling you, that kind of thing.
No, it doesn't have to console me now. You shouldn't be restricted.
I don't
mean
console in that way. Like, okay, maybe you guys are chilling, and I put but you're standing.
Let's say we're on the street.
Why are you hugging on the street?
Why can't we hug on the street? We are married now. This is my man. But no, it's not going to be PDA. Like, it's not going to be anything too much, but like just holding hands. We are waiting for whatever we are waiting for, and I'm like, hey baby.
Ife, you're not the person I thought you were. Honestly, you're not. No. Please, you guys in the comments, let us know what are some of the top reasons you've ever heard or you have gotten into a relationship for that is totally weird. You know, this thing is serious because on the altar of destiny, and I've actually heard some pastors, ministers of the gospel share that, when they met their husband or their wife, they were not exactly physically attracted, or they didn't even have a liking to the person, but they went ahead on the basis of them knowing or having a conviction that God wants them to spend the rest of their life with this person. And hey, you guys, if you did not watch Stories on Saturday with AFL, Apostle Oluchi's story is so profound. It's a faith-stirring story. She mentioned in that story that when she met her husband, she didn't like him because he was skinny and she's on the big side. In fact, she mentioned that her family, I mean, his family rather came for her and did not want the marriage because they were of the opinion that she is plus size, bigger than him. On that basis, some of them were fighting the union. But she said that even she didn't have that. She felt restrained initially. You know that this person is skinny and she's big. She was just not comfortable, you know, with that difference. However, she went ahead because she had a conviction. God actually, you know, God gave her the conviction about that at him being her husband, and he also had convictions, and today they are happily married with a kid and all. I'm just saying that when it comes to a weighty matter like destiny,
you don't choose with physical.
Yes, you cannot afford to not make a decision that will beat every human understanding.
And another thing, that's the thing about growth, and that's why people shouldn't run into relationship. You have to make sure that you've grown to a certain point in knowing who you are, and then knowing what life is about and also your purpose. Because now look at what I was talking about. This was when I was young, a teenager, like really silly things.
That teenage years.
That when I think about it now, it doesn't make sense. But because I've grown up, I've seen the error of my ways. Now imagine me jumping into a lifelong relationship, then looking at everything that is happening, I will be blaming myself that if you were out of everything in life is lips and what is the height.
that you was your own standard.
So you have to allow yourself grow. And I think this is a call out to teenagers and also people that are just moving from being a teenager, young adults. Yes,
my Gen Z. You know, I just like his rays. Like, I just like the way he's so put together. Oh my God!
Please don't make any lifelong decision in a haste.
If you marry for Reese, you will lose your steez.
Wow.
PJ 2025. Yes. If you marry for Reese, you will lose your steez. So pick one. We have a comment by Victor. You know, Victor is always faithfully and consistently commenting. He always starts his comment by saying nobody should carry my chair. In the comment section, he has a chair in front. And we're doing a big shout out to you, Victor. We appreciate your consistent following. He says, I have a female friend who went into a relationship because of the fact that the guy has a white teeth.
So you see, I have hope.
White teeth. Last she chop breakfast, so it's funny they met through me.
Okay.
Why could you not have gone to you need to make sure you are going into a relationship with attention, what did God say to you, what convictions do you have. I always throw that at my friends at every point when I say that this person is already we have lost a soldier here. You know, when you're hearing them say things like, he's just kind, he buys me gifts, what did God tell you? It's a reset button question. Reset your button.
And I can attest to that because recently, like, we've been having some we have some gist on someone that is like this person is looking, and she was like, what is God saying? And that that question actually prompted me to sit down and really think about it and not let my emotion get
in the way.
Don't
let your love for white teeth get in the way. White teeth, sis. Honestly, how now?
Or fine lips, or height.
All those things are inconsequential. You marry a tall man and
he will use the height to beat you.
There's that. That one's safe day. You know, but what Eric was saying was, be careful. Don't go ahead because the hashtag
for
is nice.
Wrong reasons.
And then the pressure of everybody telling you guys are so good together. I mean, you look so good together. You have beautiful kids. They will not be the one to live in the marriage with you. So don't let that put a pressure on you as well. All right, thank you guys. We're going into the part B of that of our conversation today. If I do think we should do the stuff that you prepared.
Yes, I think we should do that now
before we go into part B. Who you go first?
I think this song that we played before starting the
I will never go back.
I'm just dancing all through. People just see me dancing. It's the song that is playing on my head.
As in, am I answering or you're answering?
We'll both answer.
Okay,
so the question I have here says, have you ever dated someone just because they liked you first? You go first.
No, you answer. Give me time to process.
Okay, actually, I have.
Okay.
God, this
But did you
episode,
eventually like
I
the
just hope
person?
my mom will not see this.
I will send the link to her personally.
Because she'll be finding out things she didn't know before.
I'll be wondering, is this my child? Just the way you shocked me today. You know, you literally
she'll be
shocked
so
me.
shocked.
Okay.
So this was, like I said, this is all back when I was a teenager. Like I said, please, disclaimer, I am a child of God now. I don't do this. I don't do this anymore.
You've grown.
Exactly.
You've matured.
Yeah. So the reason, yes, I have dated someone because they liked me first, and the way the relationship even started was funny. Like, he didn't outrightly come to like ask me out. So where we were living then, in the evening, my mom would send me out to get something, and he is always outside of the compound.
Okay.
So he will walk me to he will walk me to where we want to get something and walk me back. So one day, please note my disclaimer before I move on. PJ, oh God.
I'm so curious.
Oh, so one day, when we get to the front of the house, before we enter the compound to get to our side, we'll stay for like a few minutes and gist. So on this day, and it's not that I really liked him like that.
I know that this thing actually insinuates that you went ahead to date the person out of pity. That's what I get.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really like him. It's not even like, what happened was that I don't like conflict as a person. So I tend to go along with things.
I'm not doing it again. Will it cause fight?
I don't know. Like, I don't understand my shyness. And then remember, I was young. I was a teenager. So he kissed me. Remember my disclaimer. Mom, I love you. Your daughter has never kissed anybody.
You just said that he kissed
that
you.
was pre-Jesus. So it was just a peck, like a kiss, and then
wait, I know the definition of peck and I know the definition of kiss. What are you saying?
Like peck on the lips.
Oh
yes.
Oh
like kiss.
God.
So apparently we've started dating from. That's how we start.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's
sorry guys, if I was going to start a podcast titled From Kiss to Relationship 5 ways to jump relationship processes and go straight into the main matter. You just went from kiss to relationship.
That's why I say like, he didn't say, do you want to be my girlfriend? There's nothing, just kiss. And apparently I heard from my friend the following day that you guys have started a relationship. I was like, we have started.
Oh, your friends even joined to give you definition.
Yeah, she's the one that introduced her. So apparently he gave her a feedback. So she was like, you guys have started dating and all of that. So I guess we have none.
So how did this relationship end? We can't conclude that matter like this.
Okay, the way, I don't want to give it away. There's another question here that if we pick it,
so
it
this
will
is
lead
what
to the
we're
conclusion.
going to do on this show. Ife will never be in charge of putting the questions in this bowl again. Today I terminate it. I abort it. I destroy it. I forbid it.
PJ, we are being real. Please, people, help me out. Drop it in the comments. We all, like, before you gave your life to Christ, or when you were, I was young, maybe like 14, 15, 16
those
or
are
13.
the ages.
Yeah. So it's just like a thing of my friend is dating. I don't even understand the concept
peer
of
pressure
relationship.
to also say you have a boyfriend.
And it's not as if we are the only time we see, because like I said, my mom is very strict, so the only time we can see is when she send me on errand at night. It's now that I'm even thinking about it. He said that he doesn't have a job.
Why was it? I wanted to say that why was he always outside?
Exactly, he's always outside. But I think later on when we were discussing, it's like he's outside because of me, because he really loved me actually.
I'm sure that this relationship ended in tears.
It did, kind of. Not for me, for him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. You're not the person I thought you were.
PJ, if you know the way it ended, you'll be more shocked.
Do you want to share
honestly
with us?
the question is there. Don't let me.
Okay.
Should I?
Don't worry. So let me answer my own.
All right.
Let me give my own version for this question.
Okay.
About if I ever dated somebody because they liked me first. So no. The what could have ever made my answer yes? You know those prayers that you pray that, Lord, even if it is just 1 second for me making a mistake, rescue me from it. I feel that was the prayer that God used
to save
me from that point. Because this person showed interest, was always in my face. He liked me. Let's not lie. He actually did like me and all that, but nah, I did not give in. I did not cave in. You know, I stood as a soldier. I didn't bend. The Lord
strong woman.
Me. The Lord preserved me.
Glory.
I give all the glory back. It
glory.
is not by my strength, but by the Lord.
Oh my.
It was God at work in me to will and do.
Glory.
And I did not allow
glory.
the enemy take glory. So that's just it. Actually, I could have maybe gone ahead due to the pressure or everybody telling me, "Oh, this guy is a nice person," but nah, it wasn't just clicking. There was no point. It wasn't just working.
I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
I'm happy
Thank
for
you.
you. So if not, you two would have had. You have your own story.
No, just own your story. You don't have to share it. Own it. Your full
PJ, we are together now.
We
banded together against Pastor Nakale last day. So let's stay together.
But he's not here right now, so
no.
Everybody should own their story. Okay, guys, let's go into you see, so let me take comments.
Okay.
Gracie is saying that we want to know how it ended, please.
Don't worry.
Elijah says you served the waiting man. You served him breakfast. What did you do? We'll get to that part, like you said. You know, but what if we don't get to pick that particular one?
Okay. Should I just say it now?
Oh, hold on. By the time, yes.
Then
by the time I take my pick and I ask, we'll see if that's the question or not. You see, this thing is biased. We'll just have someone on the team do this. Maybe Emmanuel or Femi or anybody else will help come up with questions. Because this is a one-sided, story. You
I
know
think
everything inside.
One of the team will be the person, or better still, maybe someone in the comments. So if you can drop a question, just ask us something you would want us to treat or answer. So you can drop it in the comments.
That would be nice. So would have you guys just put us on the spot. So if you've ever wanted to put us on the spot before, you can start now. We'll answer your questions. We own the right to not answer.
Yes, please.
That's
very important.
to decide to discard a question, right? Because of freedom of speech.
People are really interested in this gist though.
Yes,
someone just dropped a comment that what did he do? I don't know. Ibukolu has said say it. Don't worry, you have to wait till the end of this episode.
Right, wait till the end, guys. So do pastors really need bodyguards? Do pastors really need bodyguards? So because of this past week, we came across some videos. First one was of BBO and Pelumi Deborah at Lautech. Was Lautech, right?
Yeah.
So they had a meeting, and afterwards they were to exit the stage where they minister. They were to exit, and they were is this stampeded now?
They were
right?
mobbed.
They were mobbed. And it was quite a hassle, to the point that Pelumi Deborah's wig came off. And we saw in the video she also posted this, right?
Yes.
And I'm going to have that come up very shortly. And she had to comb her wig back, put it back on.
It's a lot.
I don't know what she went through. And I could see the way BBO himself had to squeeze his way out. And then there's another with Pastor Lawrence. That was in Uniben.
Yes, I think so.
There was a meeting in Uniben, and I don't even know if that was him going to minister or coming back from the stage. But the crowd that followed and trooping beside him, around him, was just so much. Thankfully, he had, a team of protocol members around him that was able to guide him through that walk that he did, either to the stage or just leaving after his ministration. So the question is, do pastors need bodyguards because of what we have seen happen? So we're going to show you the video, getting right into it, and when we're back, we'll take our perspective on this one. I walk in alignment with the angel of my destiny, angel of my life. I walk in alignment with the angel of my destiny, angel of my life. What? I imagine what could have happened if Pastor Lawrence didn't have the team of protocols around him.
Yes.
So looking at that first video, watching it again, I think that they were even just about to go minister. That's for video.
Yes, because
she had to be put together.
Yes.
I was saying it before we started the show that I feel if she had already ministered and she was finally going to her car or she was already leaving, I'll just carry the ministry. I'll say, well, you have helped me to do the work I would have done at home. Thank you. It was such a blessing being here. It was such an opportunity being a blessing. I carry my ring in my hand. But she has to be put together again. Either ways, whether she was even done, I really do think that was quite a lot. That was quite a lot.
That's traumatic.
To give a direct question, Ife, what would you say? Do pastors or music ministers really need bodyguards?
Yes, they do. Especially with what we are seeing now, like the examples we just watched. If you are someone that is in the limelight, you need a form of security. The fact that they are Christians or pastor is not. One thing we should know is that our God is, number one, God is good. God is caring. So he's not going to strike you down because you want to go and touch minister of God. And also, God is not going to do for us what we should do for ourselves. So if you have the capacity to get security for yourself, you should do that to protect yourself. This is not like being pompous or showing yourself as if you have a right. This is for your own, it's in the name, security. They are to secure you, they are to safeguard you, to
so
make sure
angels
that
are not enough to secure them.
Angels are for the spiritual realm. If the thing is, if angels,
the ministry of angels now,
if angels should start securing them, can we bear it? If angels should give somebody a knock on the head, they are the same person that will go to Twitter that pastor killed someone. So it's for their security, and it's also for our own security, because if angels get involved,
So if you know something that I have discovered or I'm seeing with some of these happenings, is there's a part of it that we must actually address as being human or hero worship. Because there was a certain music minister that we saw this time. It was even on stage, right? He was ministering. I don't know, I didn't see the full clip, I didn't follow the meeting, if he was the one who made a call for people to come tap him or hold his leg or whatever. It was very dramatic. And people did go as far as clamoring over each other, holding his leg, everybody trying to just tap.
Tap what?
Wait now, there's where sorry I'm going to. So people were just trying to tap in one way or the other, and I'm like, this is meant to be a worship minister. Every worship minister must actually redirect glory to Jesus. It must be Jesus that people are seeing to, are drawn to. People stay in their seats, sitting down, or they're standing, and they are fixed because of the glory, and Jesus is revealed to them. But not even trying to resist that whole thing happening, not trying to stop it or trying to detach yourself away from that, was making me question some things happening at that point. And I'm like, what's going on here? For someone to not comport themselves when they see a certain person that have been a blessing to them, many people have gone into extremes. You know, there's the part where they do paparazzi, want to take picture with a minister of the gospel or a music minister that they follow that blesses them. But this kind of stampede, I'm asking that, are these Christians that are trying to do this? Because what's really going on?
I don't think so, because all this ministration, like you said, should redirect people to God. So I don't know what anointing you are tapping. It came from God. You can go to God
directly and receive it.
I think there's a case that happened to Apostle Selman also, that someone jumped on him on the pulpit, in church on the pulpit, and I think that's even with security. So yes, really, these people need to be secured, because some people take hero worship to the extreme, and we've had cases, thank God we don't have it in the Christian society, but in the secular world,
that people faint and pass out.
Not even faint and pass out, like they literally killed a celebrity, like a fan killed a celebrity just because she loves him. Yes, there have been cases. I think there's one, I've forgotten the name of the lady, she was killed by a fan. There's another one, there's an Indian also that was killed by a fan. So there are different cases of celebrities being killed by fans. So, and please, now
don't wood Pastor Lawrence for us.
Yes.
Don't wood BBO, don't wood Pelumi Deborah. We love them. They're a blessing to the body. Go to God, yes.
Whatever you want to tap.
Yes, go to God. And I really think that when people do some of these things, they kind of think that the minister likes it.
That's funny. Like,
they think they like it, they want it.
How can they like it? It's a traumatic experience. Imagine for a lady, you going to a place for her wig to be removed. Imagine what other things would have happened to her. Imagine what would have happened to the man.
People literally was squeezing, and someone was at the other end trying to pull him out.
And they are like both gender was there, male and female. So imagine the experience they would have had trying to go through that space. No,
I also think administration wise, when we have meetings like this, right, this just showed to me that there wasn't a thorough planning.
Have them come through a channel that is not very that is more secured.
So you see a standard planning team, or events or conference team must always have a green room for your guests to be in, and then that's where they're just being attended to. They're waiting there before it's their time to go up. If they insist on not staying in the green room, there must be a channel through which, as they're assessing their seat in front, properly prepared, properly protocoled, with ushers that understand the assignment. Should we even go about talking about some of the funny things that ushers do? We'll talk about that later. But administration wise, it is very unfair. Just like we'll say that you do not bring a guest minister without proper plans to honor them.
Yeah, exactly.
This is also part of honor.
Don't give them bounce check.
My sister. Don't give them. What was that thing Apostle once said that he received? I think he said they gave him yam. A tuber of yam.
Yes.
They gave him a tuber of yam. I think he said he left it. His friend that said, guy,
we are hungry.
Go carry the yam. This is also part of honor, that you are intentional about planning the entry and exit of your guests.
Yes.
I understand that these two scenarios were student environments, and we've seen so many poorly planned meetings by students. This is not a shade. This is not an attack. But I'm saying, I mean, back in school, privileged to have planned a number of meetings and have seen so many things go wrong because there wasn't foresight to say this and this should have been put in place. This is how we receive the guests. This is how they go to their seats. We assigned someone to make sure. In fact, sometimes it might not even get to the point of bodyguard.
Yes.
A protocol that is fearful on site. that has a very fearful appearance, like the appearance of angels. Just making sure all these things are put in place. I don't want to generalize and say it's a student thing, but
it's not a student thing. It's just more likely because usually they have a restriction on resources.
True.
So they just have to
manage. And they are overzealous. They forget important things.
Exactly. So I think
the zeal of the Lord consumes them so much. They forget the things that they should just make sure they put in place and prepare in anticipation for a guest minister. So we'd love to take comments at this point. If I don't take some comments, we have some already coming in. Keep it coming, guys.
Okay, so I have one from the Bodyguards studio. He says, as a matter of fact, anyone who is a public figure needs security personnel. This is Nigeria, and people misuse any opportunity, and most people will want to steal from them. That's even another thing.
That's what I'm saying. That the Christians that are in this place. A minister came to minister. Is that you steal his phone?
It's anointing.
You want to tap by stealing?
It's also part of anointing. Apostle Paul, his handkerchief was taken to the sea.
They didn't steal it, my sister. They didn't steal it.
That's serious. So, and steal from them and all. Yeah, that's very true. Any public figure, when you are going to anywhere, you need something to protect you from overzealous people.
Explain something something to protect people. Can take that and run off.
I mean security, either a protocol or a bodyguard or something. Don't let me say something. Let me say something again. And then Ibukunlu Elijah said, that's right, very true and correct. That are agreeing with us. And Debbie Wise says, even Jesus's disciples had to secure Jesus.
Yes, so one of them won't.
Yeah. Sharp, Mr. Peter. Apostle sharp.
Cut off the ear of the guy that are trying to attack Jesus.
Yeah, so Ibukunlu Elijah said, tap. Yes, they are trying to tap anointing, but tap from God, not actually not the minister. That never runs dry. Yes. And then I think there's another comment from the Bodyguards studio. He said, we have people who argue if pastors need bodyguard or not. Everyone should speak for themselves, or that they should speak for their ministers of God. Okay, so he's saying everyone should speak for themselves or for your minister of God. He's now saying that if I have the resources, I will have military men around AFL.
Oh shit! You want to sponsor some military personnel to be positioned around AFL
so that they don't do anyhow.
God bless your heart. That's so thoughtful.
And another comment from Toby Moore, he says they need security. Straight to the point. The man is not even wasting time. Just whatever you want to argue with your keyboard. I've said what I said. And then OKK Joshua said intentional planning with great details on honor. Yes. So yeah, that's the comments we have for now. Please keep it coming. And I think this is a good point to take another question.
All right, let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Who's ready?
I'm sure people are wishing and praying that
is that particular question that will lead to the response they are looking for.
The Holy Spirit.
Have you ever double dated?
Oh my God.
Again, I think what you did with this question, Ife, is that you want us to just do a bit of throwback about who we used to be in the past.
PJ, you know one funny thing? This was not intentional. This is the only one that I can say that I put there. This is just like a random what people want to know.
Yeah, answer the question now.
I know, you answer it first.
Have you ever double dated? No.
Okay.
Have you ever double dated?
Disclaimer.
Who are you really? I think I need to do a background check on
you. Disclaimer. Remember, I am a child of God now. This is not an endorsement. This was back when I was a teenager. You don't do that. So, PJ. Hey, remember I said
being the most quiet, the most shy of them all that do notorious things. Back then when your parents are telling you, oh, Ribi, were very level-headed, and the Bingpe is the most notorious in the group.
I think what happened is PJ. What happened is that my name, my name is Ifeoluwa. I just really love. I just love. So, remember, still 14, 15. I think I finished 16. So, 14, 15, 16. So, remember I said I didn't like this guy. It was just, he just said, kissed me, and then we started dating. But then in school, I now met a guy that I liked in secondary school. So I liked this guy, and he asked me out. And truthfully, as a good child that I am, I told him that I am actually in a relationship already, but that
with that same uncle.
Yes, with that same kiss person.
How did this all happen? That at the end of the day, you are the one that announced he broke his heart. Of course, anyways, because
PJ.
you were another person.
Let's just follow my story.
Okay.
So I told the other guy that I was in a relationship, but did I even say if he doesn't mind? I don't know. Maybe it was the one that is like, he doesn't mind that he likes me, and then we can go on. So it was like, okay, fine. So we started dating. But again, as a child of God that I am, I wasn't comfortable. So I just had to open up to the first guy that I didn't like, that I'm sorry, I can't go on with this relationship. Later on, I was hearing the gist that my friend, the one that introduced us initially, and then she's also kind of the one that introduced me to the second person. Not like she introduced me, but her boyfriend, like the group of friends of her boyfriend, they're like the big top people in
big boys.
Yes, in our set then. So this guy is part of them. So apparently she had gone to tell this other guy in my area that I was dating someone else. So when I told him, he's like, okay, fine. PJ, unfortunately for me, PJ, listen to my story.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately for me, after I broke up with the first guy, the guy I love broke up with me.
What goes around comes around.
PJ, it was
what goes around comes around.
This is just to talk about bad friend, because apparently this other friend is also taunting. Like she was taunting the two of them. That I am.
You will not let me talk now. Continue.
So remember my disclaimer. Don't do this at home. Be a child of God. You can see the end point. I dumped someone.
It ended in tears.
So don't do this.
It ended in tears. Now, parents, please be very careful of the kind of friends that you.
And my mom didn't like this girl. Like, she didn't want me to move. In fact, there's this thing that happened. So our home boyfriend, they had a fight. I'm just thanking God. I was on the road maybe like last month, and I was just thinking about it. So apparently she had a fight with her boyfriend, and then I think the morning before I went to school that day, my mom already gave me a warning that I should not under any circumstance follow anybody home, that I shouldn't do that. And then I just thank God for keeping me, because I wanted to enjoy.
You just disobeyed, child.
No, I didn't even disobey. But my normal setting, I should have disobeyed, because I didn't want the restriction of the Christian home that I came from, because it looked restrictive. My mom was very strict, like Christian, those deeper Christian. So, but either a night before or in the morning, just very close, she had given me a warning that I must never follow anybody home. So that day, these guys, I told you that they are the top guys in school. So they were like, my friend and her boyfriend had a fight, and they want to settle it. The way they want to settle it is that we should go to the guy's house. So it's now that I was quite naive then. There were a lot of things that it's now that I'm growing up that I was thinking about it. So it was like we should go home and settle it. So I said I can't go home, but if you want to settle it, you can do it in school. So it was like no, we have to go home. I said I can't. So it's like if I don't go, that means I don't want the issue to be settled. Like trying to pressure me that it's on me if it breaks and everything. But I just stood my ground that I am not going.
I spent a lot of planned
exactly.
stuff in that.
So I was just like, I am not going, and then they left. So I didn't even think anything about it. It's just recently I was just thinking about it that's very fishy. That thank God for the warning from my mom. Imagine if I had gone home with them.
Wow, thank God. Thank God for parents that are on fire. We don't know what mommy saw, what it was revealed to her, but and then also thank God that you received, you listened rather, and then you obeyed.
Yeah.
I was going to mention something as well about parents being on the lookout and on the watch. They always say that there's so much that you can do. You just have to be prayerful, pray over your children, and just put them under the covering of the Lord. However, I was going to say that until you said this now, because you've now made us emotional and sentimental about the whole thing. After that, I was going to say that be careful of friends like Ife that will be teaching your children double dating.
He's the other friend that was teaching me. That's what I said. I was innocent. I was naive. In fact, the reason the second relationship broke was because I wasn't doing what the other girls were doing, like putting out and all of that. He thought because I was moving with this girl, I would be, but it's just
you were not giant.
Exactly,
like
I was naive.
All right, so my own answer is no, Sha. Let me take another question. I know some people are really waiting.
So I've answered the question now. Story completed.
What's one green flag that blinded you to all the red ones? One green flag. I would like to actually take comments from you, viewers. Yeah. You're watching this on Ambience TV in real time. Shout out to everyone who is here live watching this. And if you happen to come across this video later, also put it in your comments. We'll take it, respond, and
I'm
we want you to be a part of
this one with my mom.
This one,
I'm not going to share the link to her.
This link, and I will take
no.
of all those.
The only thing. Not hear of this.
First, who is watching?
No. I covered this episode with the blood of Jesus.
It's too late. It's too late. I said you want to do something network. I mean, you come against it in the name of Jesus, right? So, one green flag that made you overlook or that blinded you to all the red ones. So I once considered somebody. No, I was actually with this person, right?
Okay.
And one green flag was the fact that it was very involved about the things that I was doing, right? In fact, it went as far as helping me. He would help me source for resources that I need.
Wow.
Send me links, YouTube videos that would always keep me in the right track about the things I was passionate about. If I tell him, I have this idea once, like this, it's like, that's go. It doesn't look back. And he starts to just send me stuff, help me with this. In fact, he wanted to be my manager at some point.
Wow.
Right? But then what were the other red flags? I noticed he found it very hard to apologize.
Oh.
Yeah. He found it hard to apologize. He would rarely ever apologize, even when he's obviously wrong, and that one trait spiraled into several others. Like he would just be intentionally spiteful. So I could see spite in there. I could see him. Wow. So when somebody is just unkind to a degree, and this somebody that you're with, you cannot tolerate unkindness. But that one thing about him being passionate about everything I was doing, in fact, we would have conversations and it would look like consultations, because he would sit me down, give me this idea, that idea, why don't you do this way, recommend people that can join my team with all the things I was interested in doing that time. In fact, there were times where we would have a conversation, he would have told me, okay, do this. When we're now recalling some of those conversations, like, you've not done this. It will literally be the source of our fight sometimes, that you've not done this and that. He was very supportive partner.
Okay, on this thing that you said, a thought just dropped into my mind on how can we balance
green flag and red flag.
Not even
That's
that.
Ghana flag.
No, not that. Like you pushing someone to achieve their purpose, to you being, how do I say it? Okay, remember what I talked about in last episode about him wanting me to be like on top of it, doing different things. And then recently I was having a conversation with a friend that was making me look like, it was giving me an understanding of where the guy was coming from, because he was talking about how he would want to push his babe to be better, not even for his own tax, like for her. What you said now, like, this is your dream, this is what you want to do, so he will do all he can to make her be better at it, give her resources, what she can read and all of that. But to her it seemed as if he's doing too much and is being pushy and all of that. So why having that discussion? It just like gave me a shift, like so I'm not looking at it from my own perspective of how it felt to me. Now I'm looking at it from his own perspective, like him trying to push me to be better. So how do we balance this? Please, I want our viewers to drop a comment, and I also want to hear from you.
I think that a balance would be that we as this is your partner, you're in a relationship, we are plain about what matters most to me.
Okay.
Beyond even love language now, some people like acts of service and they want you to go all out of them. Beyond all of that, you have a conversation that, in this relationship, these are the things that I would really love you to put in, like as an effort.
Okay.
And there's clear understanding. So I think that if that has not been laid as a foundation, anything that person is doing that in their own eyes or to them, they feel like, this is them helping their babe, inspiring them to be more, trying to just, push them to do much more that they have capacity for. It might even appear toxic.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that was what you felt in that situation at that time.
Yes, I was made to feel inferior, like I don't have the sense or the capacity to do what exactly and to do more, and it made it seem as if every other thing I was doing was not worth it, just because I wasn't reaching up to his own expectation, even though they are not my own pattern or path. So I think
So I think when that conversation is clear that, see, this is what I really want you to do. And even at some point we had issues as well in that relationship, because he sort of felt like I wasn't going all out as much as he was for me.
I think that's always the end product of things like this. Let me just pipe down.
It felt at that point too, because even when we're going to like go our separate ways, it was some of the things he mentioned that he felt, he would have loved that I showed up in this way, in that way, for his vision or his business and Let's take some comments.
Love.
All right. Bikoyet Studio says, PJ, allow me si fair talk. I didn't go to her throat. I didn't hold her back. Ibuku Elijah says, you shocked PJ. If you have shocked me. In fact, this particular episode,
PJ,
I'm going to title it the shocker.
I'm still the innocent girl that know. I'm just a baby.
I am going to title it. I'm going to title it the shocker episode, right? If Elijah goes ahead to say, kids, okay, I will pretend I did not hear that one. Don't worry, ma. We won't stone you. Jesus got you covered.
Thank you. Thank God for the blood of Jesus that wiped away everything. Now I am wiping it from everybody's memory.
like this one is going to stay forever. Because it says karma is real. Exactly. They broke your heart. No, you broke his heart. They broke your heart too. 50-50.
But disclaimer, they all came back to apologize that they want me back. So they didn't really break my heart like that. The decision was still, I don't know. Like, I'm just this loving person. Like, people just want to be in my life.
What you? Like, wait. So when they came back, I don't say you're not doing it again.
Yes, I said that. Yes, I said, for the first person. But you know what? Let's just leave the story. Let's leave the story for another day.
What kind of plot twist is this? So you didn't go back to any of them?
Next comment.
Thank God for home training, Buku Elijah. Thank God for home training and mercy of God upon you. Yeah. You're talking about Ife, right? Please put the disclaimer there. This is about Ife. Okay, Joshua says, truthfully, it can be draining. However, believe discussing it with or having a code that shows you are getting demoralized is needed. So I believe that Joshua is actually making reference to
the balance thing.
Asked. Yes, it can be draining, but when you have a proper conversation, you discuss it with your partner, or have a code that shows that you're getting demoralized, you can just this code thing I mentioned. You know that they always say women don't use their words. They say women should start speaking in code. Coders.
No, you have to decode. Even if you are speaking in code, decode now. Like Victor will say, that's why you are a man.
Yeah, we have one of our young guys in the studio interning with us who comes around, and if he needs to lift anything heavy, he'll just tell you he can carry that. That's why he's a man. He's a Gen Z. He's a 16-year-old Gen Z. All right. You are okay.
Are you sure? I wasn't though. I wasn't. Like I said, I was naive. I didn't even, it's now that I understand what I was doing then. I didn't understand
you were
anything.
But a teenager.
Exactly. I was just like, this guy walked up to me, fine. Then like I didn't know how to say I don't like you. And then this other person, I liked him and I didn't. Like my mom has always said, don't date anybody. But as a teenager, you think you know better. So that's it. I wasn't manipulating anything. I did not even know enough to manipulate anybody, because if I was, I won't tell the second guy. See the way I'm explaining.
Does it not feel like you're in a court case right now?
Honestly, I feel like I'm on a hot seat.
And we, the jury, will pronounce him guilty as charged. You go explain, Taya. Even after this show, you continue to explain. On this episode of The Shocker, we thank you for joining us. If you are yet to subscribe to Ambience TV on YouTube, please click on that subscribe button. If you had fun on this episode and on other episodes as well, share it.
Please help us spread the word.
Help us spread the word.
It will be more interesting if we have a lot of conversations going in the comments, and we just have, and people are not answering now. We want to know your answer. Like,
many people didn't see. People will rather drag you than be dragged.
And I'm sure some people in the comments have worse story than mine. I am open. I am praying. I need encouragement, because I'm feeling like
your story.
I don't want to own this one.
You said this is your past.
I don't want to own this one.
We listen, we don't judge.
And there's another comment that please increase Mrs. Ife. I'm not married though. In fact, I'm single, and I'm hoping that the special someone, please don't
judge her.
Exactly.
Let me just do a brief marketing for you. Ife Oluwa is a very phenomenal person. She is cool-headed. She's fun to be with, as you can tell from this show and previous episodes. She's a fun-loving, tongue-speaking, demon-chasing, fire-spitting.
Thank you.
The kingdom of darkness trembling believer. Daughter of Zion. In fact, she's from Zion. That's where a place of, where she was. That's her orientation. Zion. She's a Zionite.
Yes.
Right? She's a woman of God.
Yes.
So if the Lord is laying it in your heart, or a brother that the Lord can, you just see that there's something there. Please, she's not Mrs. Who is this uncle? Ibukwoluwa Elijah. She's not Mrs.
Yes, I'm Miss.
Miss Oluwa.
Ife Oluwa, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
We had to put that out there. All right. Okay, Joshua. Also, the way of communicating from the guy is important. Also, it could be that challenges of change was fast-paced that way
than what you expect.
Okay, true. So how the person is communicating their interest in you getting better, sharpening your skills.
Thank you. I think that's very important. The way, not you telling me that I did not achieve anything. In fact, that word is
it can never leave you.
Honestly.
Forgiving and
sure. Because at the end of the day, when the whole thing crashed and like I said, I don't speak up early. So when everything was happening, I didn't call his attention. Like I didn't make any correction. I just cry at the corner. But eventually, when everything crashed, I was able to pour out my mind and let him know. And it was like he's very sorry that he didn't realize that he was being hurtful. He was just trying to get me going,
to push you,
exactly,
and ginger you.
Exactly.
Ife, you have an admirer in the comment.
Really?
Ibukolo Elijah. I wanted to say when he was calling you Mrs. I feel that he was saying that thing to know your status. He goes ahead to say, I hope you won't break my heart. But this time, I won't come and beg. Please, we like
I'm not a heartbreaker.
We like men that also apologize.
Exactly. Thank you. What's the question again, please?
Several questions were mentioned now.
Yes. Have you ever dated someone just because they liked you first?
And another one I put out was, have you ever double dated?
And then the third one was one green flag that blinded you to all the red ones. Yeah, so PJ.
All right, people. Thank you for joining us on this particular episode.
Hey, Jesus.
What's
PJ, as you keep trying to round up, people, Mr. Josh, I don't know anything.
Okay, we're going to do a special KYC. Get to know us episode. You want to say your relationship status?
I am single.
She said she's single now.
One person, not in any relationship. So I not double dating.
What's on your mind?
I'm single.
Yes, I was doing marketing for her. You know.
I don't double date again. That was the only. And it's not even double dating because I told the other person that I was in a relationship, and as soon as I entered the second one, I ended it with the first one. And also remember, this is pre-Christ.
He's giving
as a teenager.
He's giving game of chess. We're moving the chess. Okay. Joshua is fired up today. He says, honestly, my discovery, the words you are saying to a lady is so important than what you are communicating.
I think we'll have Mr. Joshua on the show.
Actually,
like a relationship
Joshua has
section.
been on our community special before. Yes.
Okay.
Joshua is one of our most added community members. So big shout out to Josh. I have actually asked him to let me know when next is in Abuja. Very fun conversationalist. What did you say?
I did not say anything.
Because right here in the studio, guys,
I don't know why they are laughing
out loud.
I don't know. Oh, okay. So there's another comment. Mr. Joshua, them say waiting day your mind. Ewa Benusi much, sir.
I yes, the way he's hammering on the matter, I want to know if you're in a relationship.
And another person is like, Joshua, I came first, please.
Face front. So what we're going to do after this episode is Ibukwoluwa Elijah and Joshua. Okay. You need to find a way to connect with me. I'm the one that is going to
yes.
So connect with me, and you send your CV and your resume. So I'm going to see what you bring to the table. Then I'll just weigh the options. I know her taste.
Yes.
I know her first taste.
Yes.
And so I would have to weigh in on this matter because now see the silence. Only Ibukwoluwa Elijah now put emojis laughing. Okay, Joshua has spoken. Joshua said, Mr. Elijah, I don't know about to be your forerunner. Clearing the way for Elijah. We love it. All right. Thank you for looking out for, brothers do this thing.
Yeah.
It's like a men code thing. So good to see it. So, Ibukwoluwa Elijah, you still have to send your CV. I need to know what you bring to the table, or if you're at the table. We need to find out and, just make our considerations and let you know if we're interested or not. All right. If I do want to share last words.
Last words, starting from the first topic we addressed, and that is reason why people get into relationship. I just want to emphasize what we said earlier. You have to have don't go into a relationship for like ephemeral reason. I hope that it has to be the first thing. I believe, as a believer, the first thing you have to look out for is what is their walk with God. Bible says, can two work together except they agree?
Yeah.
So you can't work with someone that is going in the opposite direction. There's going to be friction. So there has to be compatibility also, and there has to be an alignment of purpose. So every other thing can now follow. Talking about looks, talking about attraction, and all of that. And then the second thing that we talked about on pastors or ministers of God, yes, definitely my answer is yes, they need it. And also people, we need to be careful. We have to remember that these people are humans, they are not robots, so we have to be careful in the way we handle them, and also with their emotions. And lastly, please always share this.
Very important.
Share the link to your friend, tell people about it, please. Let's get the word going that's about trends, about Ambience TV. We have a lot of interesting shows, topics that's like, you can see what we treated today, the way we were vulnerable and we were real. What we are trying to do is to talk about things everyone go through, but we tend to shy away from because we are Christians, and because of that the devil has been, there's harm in isolation.
True.
If you stay alone, you think you are the only one going through this thing. Now with what I share, there might be a teenager, like someone listening, and they can now see me looking back, and they can see that this is a wrong idea,
decision to have made ever.
So that will also help them take it. So we really need you to help us get the word out there.
Thank you so much. Final note for me about the relationship conversation we started off with. Ensure that you are intentional about your destiny. Making reference to Pastor Laju's movie Last to Marry. In that particular movie, she had a question for the young woman who was trying to make a life decision about who to go ahead with in marriage, and she was asked that, is your life a joke to you? Is your destiny a joke to you? Why are you considering two wrong people? In the options, in the options that she even had, one was physically abusive, the other was non-Christian. So, and sometimes it's not that extreme. But Pastor Mimi had actually, she has given us one of her very powerful videos that she shares for singles and married, that going ahead with an unbeliever or being unequally yoked is just like marrying a dead person. Is that real? Because you are from two different worlds. The person cannot respond to your realities. So why would you make life decisions off looks, name, rhyming name, hashtag, height?
That's the most absurd of it. Name,
lips, height. Of course, that was in the past. And I'm not judging you. I am not judging, but we're just saying, like, your life is not a joke to you. The height difference, when you're thinking about it in eternity, and now the repercussion in destiny is very, very minute or non-existent. So you have to be intentional about, what you're going for. What you should go for is conviction.
Yes.
And there are some things that can help guide your conviction, like alignment of purpose. And attraction is actually important. We're not downplaying attraction, please, for balance. In fact, Apostle has something he shares when he talks about this kind of conversations, that attraction, quality, sorry, not quality, I want to say quality time. That's love language now. Attraction is key, alignment of purpose too, very important. We're not downplaying it. As important as it is, it should not be all you go ahead, to make a decision for. And do pastors or music ministers need form of security around them, bodyguard protocol around them? Yes. It is structure, it is decency and orderliness. It is needed. It is
for
honor,
their home protection. It's even honor for them.
It is honor,
yes.
And it is also to help our heart as well. And to wrap up,
also. Okay. To wrap up, we have a guest in the next trend show, so you don't want to miss it.
Please.
We have a lot of interesting things coming
lined up for you.
Yes, please. So make sure you turn on the notification bell, so anytime we go live, you get notified and you don't miss any interesting.
Come in and join in on the fun. So alongside having special guests, we'll be doing giveaways.
Yes.
So you want to be on the lookout for that. And for some of the things that we're giving away, premium stuff. I mean,
Yes.
Apostles books.
Yes,
Part
yes.
of this giveaway.
Even me, I'm like, can I enter this
No, you cannot.
giveaway?
You're not qualified. Go and get your own copy. You're not qualified.
Okay.
So we have amazing things, cool stuff lined up for you guys to be a part of. So there's a giveaway, special guests coming in, and we'll be doing a form of movie review
Yes,
as well going forward here on Trend. If I wanted to tell you something that Ibuku Elijah is actually asking for the email to send. Should I give him?
Give him now.
Are you sure?
Yes, now. He's going through you, so.
All right, so
yeah.
You have to also submit your assets. If you don't mind, we're going to. You get the mail. You get the mail mailed to you. All right. So thank you so much for joining us on this particular episode. We're so excited. Don't forget, you can now follow TV Redefined on Instagram.
Yes.
And if you like to be a part of our community of partners here at Ambience TV, you can get details about that on the Instagram. We'll put something up for you to join the community of partners. This month we're going to be turning 1 at Ambience TV, and we have a giveaway for our community of partners, and it's a juicy one, right? I think I should give it out. So probably we're not trying to say because of giveaway you should come and join partnership. You should partner with us because you love what we are doing and you want to see more of it. Detoxifying media, redefining narratives. So we're giving away a free advert slots for our partners on Ambience TV, right? And we want you to be a part of that. If you'd love to be a part of it, you need to join the community of partners. And you can find more about that on TV Redefined. It's not there yet. Go there, right? Follow the IG page. It's a baby page that is just growing. So we need your follow. We need you to, encourage us with the things that we're putting out. And let's keep doing this together. Till we come your way again. We love you. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.